Hello there. In this video, we are going to cover one more type of storage practice that can lead to insecure data storage vulnerability. So far, we know that with the help of SQLite, we can store information in tables, and the data stored in SQLite DB remains unencrypted. Hence, it is not recommended to store sensitive information in SQLite DB. So let's go ahead and look at the example for this. So again, I have the DY application ready here and the terminal. So same objective as the previous example. It is asking us to store credential and they're going to store it somewhere. So we are going to look at the code and figure out where it is being stored. So I'm entering my name Jamin and entering a password. I'm going to click on save. So now it has saved. So this is the functional view of the application. That's how it has been designed. So let's look at the code and try to figure out what has been done in the backend. So now again I have scanned this app using MobSF. So we are going to head towards the activities list, and as per the name we can see that this activity is responsible for all the functionalities. That's insecure data storage 2 activity. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to click on view source. Here it provides us the option of searching the activities. So we will just search for insecure data storage 2 activities. So as you can see, this is the highlighted part. Let's click on this one. Right, so now that brings up the source code for this one, and in here starting from this we can see that it says SQLite database mdb, and on create it is doing certain things. So it is creating a database name IDS2 and it is creating a table. Name of the table is my user and there are two fields, user and password. And if we head towards the second method, it says insert into my user values. It means they are inserting certain values in these fields. So that makes the first text box value into the username field and the second text box value into the password field. So that's how they have designed this. So now we know that the values are being stored in SQLite DB, and as we have learned in the previous sessions that SQLite is a local storage and it is not encrypted. So it's not a good practice to store this sensitive information, especially the passwords, API key tokens, and any PII into the SQLite DB. So let's learn how to interact with the SQLite DB using the ADB shell. So back to our screen, ADB shell. So I've got the shell of this device. Now I'm going to head towards the application directory. So that is chakar.azim.deva. I'm going to list the content of this directory. It has several different directories for us. Now for us to explore the SQLite DB, you need to open this one. So that is, we're going to do cd. So this, it's a directory. We're going to list the content again. So now it has several databases here. So as per our knowledge, we have seen that the IDS2 database was being created while initialization of this activity. So to connect with this DB, we are going to use this tool, that is SQLite 3. We have to name the database and the semicolon. So that way we can interact with this DB. Now the second task is to list the tables that are present in here. So we'll have to do tables. Tables. Yeah, tables without the semicolon. So now we got two tables in here. In this IDS2DB we have two tables. So as we have already learned that my user is the table where the information is being stored. So we are going to fire a typical query, that is select star from my user table with a semicolon. Now we got two rows. So the recent we did was this Jaemin pipe password. So this is our username and this is our password. This is something which I have earlier entered in this field. So now if you see such practices while performing a pen test or reviewing the application, you should straight away report it, because the local DB, the SQLite, is not considered to be a good practice to store information such as passwords. There could be a one better way to do this. If you encrypt it with a strong encryption algorithm, then it can be a good practice to store information in here, but that also depends on how tough it is to reverse the logic and fetch the information. So that is always the question, but that could be a one way of mitigating this. So yeah, that's all I had for this video. I hope you learned something new. Thank you and see you in the next one.